Sarah, you said in the last few days that you are considering a run for president, and polls show that you would probably win the Republican nomination. How would you handle a situation like just developed in North Korea?
Well, in North Korea, this is stemming from, I think, a greater problem when we're all sitting around asking, oh, no, what are we going to do? And we're not having a lot of faith that the White House is going to come out with a strong enough policy to sanction what it is that North Korea is going to do. So this speaks to a bigger picture here that certainly scares me in terms of our national security policies. But obviously, got to stand with our North Korean allies. We're bound to by treaty.
South
we're
Korean.
also bound by, and we're also bound by prudence to stand with our South Korean allies. Yes, and to remind North Korea, well, we're not going to reward bad behavior, and we're not going to walk away. And we do need to press China to do more to increase pressure on North Korea.
How do we press China? I mean, Sarah, I'm going to go way out on the lunatic fringe here, but I've talked to enough people who are in this missile business who say that was not an airplane contrail that we saw off the coast of California. It is my belief that that was a two-stage missile launched by China, sending a signal that the world has changed. They're dropping the dollar in their trade with Russia today. I mean, they control the world. The world has changed. We're no longer the superpower that we were even 2 years ago.
Well, that's right. And China's going to own our notes because we are becoming so beholden on them. And a lot of this has to do with energy. When we're not allowed to responsibly exploit our own natural resources, and that's, of course, one of the ways that America grew into such a prosperous nation, is we developed domestically our own energy supplies. Instead, as we're reliant on foreign sources of energy, here's one thing that we can do in pressing China. They need to restrict energy exports to North Korea. But do you think that the Obama administration gets that and understands why we would need to? No, they do not, because they're still locking up the lands that are warehousing our own domestic supplies of energy. So they have it all wrong on energy policy to start with.
Real quick, if you were going through the scanners today, you going through the scanners, you getting the pat down, or what?
Either one is just so intrusive. I think I would do the pat down because I don't want the naked pictures.
I know. I can guarantee you, Sarah, when you fly commercially, if you take that scanner, I can guarantee you the picture of you will come out. I can guarantee it.
Will.
Yeah, it will.
Of course it will. Of course it will, because things have already leaked out about things that we have had in our luggage, and we're like, how do they know this kind of stuff, and who leaks this kind of stuff? But, Glenn, what worries me is...
Now I want to know what was in your luggage, but I'm out of time.
Moose meat and a pair of hot dogs that we snuck through. But, no, it's... I think about my teenage daughters. I don't want somebody frisking them, and maybe that's just the mama in me again, but... we've got to profile the bad guys, and we've got to profile their behavior, those whom we assume could do some damage on an airplane, and we go search them. And then, there's got to be that assurance that everybody getting on the airplane isn't carrying a weapon. All of us, absolutely. But nothing like TSA thinks that they're going to get away with today. Not when they're not even profiling those whom could be doing the damage.
Okay, thank you very much. Sarah, great talking to you. Have a great Thanksgiving, and best of luck. The new book is America by Heart, Reflections on Family, Faith, and Flag, available in bookstores everywhere. Not an Insider Extreme member yet? What are you waiting for? Sign up today at glennbeck.com/extreme.